you getting all excited about? No, Hudson, don't play with cords. Go over there. Hudson, you need to chill, dude. Hudson, you need to chill. Am I back again with some more Vampyr? I do have some new stuff for this too. I have the DLC pack. Hudson. Ow. 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 Ah. Nasty. Oh, that way. Okay, back here. See if I do have that stuff. How would we go about getting... How would we go about getting DLC stuff? No, Hudson, stop. Hudson, stop. I don't know how to get...
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood, and the sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now.
Do 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 do. swear. Where's the fucking kid? I've got him now. Hudson. Don't mind him, everyone.
I cannot enter. Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody... It's locked, all right. Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst...
Do you need medical help yourself, nurse?
I'm fine, really. I just need to sleep.
How would you...
It's serious.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if...
You must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry.
How long?
Or long enough to see that the epidemic is...
You'd be surprised what dedication.
Sorry, Doctor.
How long?
Or long enough...
You'd be surprised.
So...
How is the
Well, not well.
Why is Milton grumpy?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered...
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins. Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal...
Oh, just some
Well,
stupid... We can
Dr.
replace
Reed,
your phone shit.
If you must know, I'm a vampire.
Do you require my services, Miss Howcroft?
I have no need for your medicine, Dr. Reed. Blood is the only drug I need.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
I see.
Okie dokie.
Have you ever heard of Cotard's syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness
Hi,
discovered
baby.
by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You...
Please, describe to me.
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
I'm assuming you must be a patient.
It's only a cover to hide from my enemies.
Who are these?
I cannot say for sure.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're...
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and...
I see. Don't worry.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are...
What? Yep.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
It was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Good.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic's over?
I retrieved your wallet with all the money and a certain picture.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what? Is it the difference of skin colour that bothers you?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money anyway. To remind you to keep your mouth shut. Not everybody is as broad-minded as you, Dr. Reed.
What's going on between you and Nurse Hawkins?
Pippa's tired. Tired of all this shit. Tired of all those corpses piling up. She's as depressed as I am.
You do realize you could both get fired. Hospital staff are not meant to have intimate relationships with one another.
Come on, Dr. Reed. Do you know how many...
During the war,
Maybe you're right.
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reed.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd like to see your...
Wise choice, Dr. Reed.
Anything that cancels close patch it. Don't want to sell that. Malaya. Malaya.
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Dr. Swansea has already...
Did he really?
All members of staff have already read about your new blood...
I see.
You must know, blood transfusions are...
How often?
Not...
And
Sorry, Doc.
do you think...
We are all...
I'm not familiar...
Brilliant
Most...
It would be...
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know something, please...
No. I may disagree with some conduct, but...
Is there anyone...
Well, I have never met...
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's...
Goodbye, nurse.
What the fuck? You just... Doing everyone. You bastard.
Good evening, Dr. Tip.
Dr. Reed, any good...
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
No. We must keep on healing all those poor souls.
Nurse Brannigan is worried.
She should not have told you that.
You don't have to blame her for her honesty.
I'm not that kind of man, my dear Jonathan. Actually, Nurse Brannigan's opinion is the only one I may listen to.
What can you tell...
Some are really...
Tell me more.
Nurse
You really seem to admire her skills. Any opinion about the matter?
I don't always...
Ah, yes.
Don't get me wrong.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Fuck is Gwyneth gone? Fuck? fuck? Pippa.
Good
I've
evening,
got a
Nurse
question
Hawkins.
Good evening,
for
Doc.
you.
Pepper, I know you're very close to Milton Hooks.
Yes? Milton Hooks is my man. If you want to report me for that, just feel free, Doctor.
I have no intention of reporting you, Nurse Hawkins. But are you aware of the risks?
The rules say I won't be allowed to work as a nurse anymore. But here at the Pembroke, we break rules all the time.
Is he worth the risk?
Hey, I'm no perfect woman, and Milton is not the finest bloke. But we do our best to get by. That's all any of us can hope for nowadays.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Healthy.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
I'm gonna keep talking to everyone because talking to everyone's good.
Good
I
evening,
want to
Miss
talk to this
Hutton.
bitch again.
I'll leave you, Miss...
I have wasted too much energy for so little result.
Uh-oh.
I wonder what your last thoughts would be, sir.
Why is it loading?
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
Soldier, do you need assistance?
I'm fine. Just do something for this pain, will you? That's all I'm asking.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
How close are you to Miss Horcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of me blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
Then it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
You do realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called the Cotard syndrome. She truly believes she's a vampire.
In her madness, she never refers to my scars. And frankly, if I could, I'd join her world. It seems much more fun than the real one.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself.
Hey, honey, are
I
you
just wanted to
watching?
know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Real disgust on every street corner. The daily route.
Good evening, Doctor.
Dr. Reed. Doctor...
Thank you.
I am Thoreau Strickland. Doctor... Please, I'm a
What may...
I'm not a...
It's always a...
This epidemic may...
I beg...
I'd rather not...
As long as you're cautious.
You're not the first one to warn...
What...
Well, it is...
Do you need...
Well, yes, maybe...
Do you want me to play the...
Oh, no, Dr. Reed.
I see. You seem...
I'm convinced...
Questions remain about...
True.
Tell me more about...
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury.
What is it you really want?
Fair question. I want nothing but to...
This...
I agree.
Do you think...
All I know...
Tell me...
Well, first...
But why would...
Because he had...
Goodbye, Doctor. Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed.
I see.
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me...
Tell me.
I'm just a...
I was more curious.
I'm a carpenter.
Are you... Well, I won't...
Are you sure you don't...
In other circum... Tell me about...
Strickland and Aykroyd.
What do you mean? Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
You can't hold your...
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work and...
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
I'm sorry for you.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer.
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about...
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding? I should investigate.
All I wanted was to go back to work, to take care of my children.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed.
No.
Really? Why are you here, then?
I don't want to talk. My throat...
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name?
Mortimer.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir.
I will see you later. I have to go now.
I'm all right. Still, don't waste your time with me.
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who...
I'm Dr. Jonathan.
I'm Beatrice Goswick.
Do you require medical attention?
I have other concerns, right?
What do you think?
I have...
Is there
some of the...
What can...
Not much.
Are you really?
Yes.
May I...
I'm a teacher.
Tell me...
The ambulance driver was quite rude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the...
She charged?
Yes. And
I share your concern.
I don't expect compensation, Doc.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
What can I do for you?
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
It's locked.
Good evening, Mr.
Dr. Reed.
What do you mean?
I was not...
You remain...
Thank you, Doc.
Goodbye, Mr. Ham.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's spin that. Move back. That one. This one. This one. Leslie. Again. I can't upgrade anything else, can I? Get a few goddamn upgrades.
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood? Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly
Nurse, this room is off limits, and I'd prefer...
Of course, Doctor. And
I may have a solution. In France.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain...
The storeroom? Fat chance.
Perhaps I should look there first.
It's the large
What?
abandoned morgue behind the hospital.
Give me a second. Back in a second stream.
It's locked, all right.
Oh, no shit. I need to find out who's spying on Thelma, but I just don't know who.
I cannot enter.
No, they're unlocked, I'm pretty sure. We can just turn around and go back in. Just gotta turn around and go back in because it's where I need to go. Loadout are often located in isolated places, fun and unlock new safe places to rest. Yo.
It's locked, all right.
Let's go upstairs and fuck up these bastards.
Balls of Mars. Fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful. Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza. I cannot enter.
Half of these doors fucking locked. This is not fair.
This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
I got the basement key. That bastard just read, I heard that. Read! There's another upstairs, let's go. Wait, almost there. What the fuck is the point of up here? So we gotta find something. So what the fuck? I didn't even see that. Sodium hypochlorite or whatever the fuck that is.
These scowls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not afterlife.
What?
Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report. The chest was originally opened to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened. Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips. Some sort of drug overdose, perhaps? Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs. A puncture over the left lung, possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful. Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then, he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked.
Oh, shit. Tippett is in trouble. Can I go this way? Nope. That looks like a fucking boss room. Screw that. I'm fully exploring down here. I don't care. What was that? Eat.
So ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting.
motherfucker. What are you going on about, Hudson? Hey? I know I've been defeated, bruv. I'm gonna drink all of that. I'm so fucking pissed. At least just restart me from nothing, please. Okay. Fuck out of here. I'm fucking out of there. No, thank you. Ding, ding, ding. Nah, nah, nah. Statusa. Fuck this, I'm gonna go find out his fucking spine. Hello, Hudson. Hello. What are you doing? Oh. 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 Funk. Get up. Careful, please, buddy. Oh, you're okay. You silly bugger. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Oh, fuck that. That was some serious go fuck yourself. I would help you with that, but yeah, let's see. You I can't really help you with that one. That's a no, buddy. No. You, mister, need to stop doing what you're doing and just sit in one bloody spot. Where'd your bottle go? Where did your bottle go? Where did your bottle go? Go over here. Drink your bottle. I'm right here. Strickland, I would help, but...
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find any...
Yes, nurse. Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you finish...
I bet no.
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick.
I'm okay.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir.
You are not a burden, sir. Healing you is my responsibility.
And you have my gratitude for that.
Tell me about you.
I don't want to...
Why did your mother have you hospitalized?
My mother just wants the best for me.
Is your mother...
That's tempting, Doctor.
Pembroke Hot...
It's not me, you have...
How...
So painful, I've...
I'll let you...
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
You need to lay down, mister. Oh, buddy. I don't want to mesmerize you, though. I can't mesmerize you. You're not a nice guy.
Call me if you need me, okay?
Oh, hello, Malaya.
I know we are overwhelmed by...
Good evening, Dr. Tibbets.
Dr. Reed.
Corcoran, I want you to tell me about Mr.
No,
Connor.
leave my phone alone.
How did he die? What happened?
He was my patient. He died because of my mistake. That's the blunt truth.
What was that?
It was a twofold.
Who was this patient?
I don't know.
Why not stop?
Are you mad? I killed that man.
Goodbye, Dr. Tibbets. Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening.
Tell me...
If I had not covered up his error, Dr. Tip...
You can't allow your
Look around you, Dr. Reed.
To clear Dr. Tippett's name must be the decision of Dr. Swansea. You can't take matters into your own hands.
I respect Dr. Swansea's authority and...
Why does Dr. Tippett claim you're the main reason?
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippett does not...
If you're such...
I've decided that I won't reveal Dr. Tippett's, shall we say, misdemeanor.
I'm so glad you share my point of view. Dr. Tippett is a brilliant practitioner. We most definitely...
I hope you're right.
Dr. Tippett's...
Goodbye, nurse. Good evening, Doctor.
Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett. Good evening, Miss Howard.
I need blood, Doc.
Tell me.
I saw one and he saw me.
You mean you actually...
Yes. And it has been the answer to my pain.
No. You are...
But what am I feeling? It cannot only be...
Tell me, Thelma. Why do you feel...
I'm not sure.
Do you plan to make...
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse?
Would you say...
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs.
I'll leave you. It's locked, all right.
Child.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea. But my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
Just fucking maggots.
It may seem
Forgive me.
I'm not some doe-eyed
Very well.
Please.
The Pembroke only survives through the...
A spokesman or politician.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury...
And you would like me to...
By the stole, of course not.
Accepted.
Cure for headache. Hudson. Hudson. Let me see this room. Play. Oh.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed.
You don't say. The Supreme Butcher, who came back from the front.
I beg your pardon?
I don't like you, sir, and I just...
Have you heard about...
Blackmail?
If you have a...
Dr. Swansea has a...
I know we...
Oh.
You are going to change your tone with me, my dear colleague. And very quickly.
I don't think so. But...
Since your
Let's just say...
Carelessness.
We're here to...
I don't
Modern...
How do you think these
I am not blind. There is something strange about you.
You are troubled.
Harvey Fiddick died inside these walls, under our watch.
Don't you think...
Yes.
It seems you have...
I refuse to see...
We can at least agree... I don't know what you...
I don't question your...
And what exactly is...
I served in the war, just like you.
Be careful what you insinuate.
I only want you to admit you used those men...
This is ridiculous. My blood...
You see? That is exactly what I hate about people like you.
Thank you for your time.
I really fucking do. So go up here and I can make the team thing for you if I have enough kind of stuff for it.
Good evening, Doctor.
If you said...
Do you need my assistance?
Don't be ridiculous.
Then you are lucky that I have taken the time to do so. Consider it a gesture of solidarity between professionals.
I wish this hospital could have received as much attention from you, Dr. Reed. We do not see you in surgery very often.
Thank you for your time.
Dr. Reed.
Well, Dr. Swan...
Not in...
How...
Everybody...
What...
Dr. Reed.
For how...
I first...
And before...
If you must know...
What...
Every...
News on...
It seems...
What...
This hospital...
Can you be...
Well...
I'll see you later, nurse.
Don't know how to help you with your headache.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet Lady of Mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a the lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but I rather urge you
That's in.
first. Swansea has explained. My cover...
Give me a second.
if you prefer, has been compromised.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
Please continue. Every detail is...
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear.
I'll take care of it.
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our...
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed. Is our little mystery closer to being...
I think of nothing else, my lady.
My situation...
Fear of disgust on every street corner.
What? What? What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Dr. Swansea is quite busy.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here. You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse or doctor.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social
I assure you, madam, this is not an
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have...
This is your business, Doctor, not...
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones.
Again?
Now...
Well...
If you...
It's terrible.
I see.
No one comes to...
Have you noticed any suspicion?
It would be a great deal easier.
Everyone...
Thieves and murderers, the...
Come now. I'll come and visit... The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them. Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Hudson! Enough! Chill!
What can you tell me about the strange man visiting one of the nurses during her shift?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew, Harriet Jones. Do not pay attention to her, Doctor. She's full...
No matter how...
Who says I don't care for her? Hate is what keeps that old crone alive.
She could have been telling the truth about...
That old witch will end up in hell soon enough.
What can you...
Let me guess. You...
Goodbye, now. Good evening, Nurse Bradley.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you know if...
The people who work here...
Have you seen a strange man?
I've never heard of such a thing, Doctor.
Goodbye, now.
This isn't even my neighborhood.
Please, sir.
What's going on?
I'm Blight, sir. Newton Blight.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Oswald and myself were both infantry, sir.
How long have you been searching?
I can't go there. Too many rats by...
Don't be ashamed, Mr. Blight. Many... What can you tell?
I'm Oswald's...
This is a danger.
We were looking for the Pembroke Hospital.
Where was...
He went down by the canal. He didn't want to go to the...
What can you tell me?
His name is Oswald Thatcher.
I have all...
Thank you, Doc.
Don't worry, we're safe.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I ought to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals. Or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
I cannot enter. He's locked the door behind him. I need to find another way to follow him. This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor.
What are you doing, Baba? Hey.
This is despicable. What sort of creature is this? Left of him. Not a lot to check, but I should anyway. Some voucher for a free checkup in Whitechapel. What is Nurse Crane up to? I really must find her. Are you injured, sir?
Help me get out of here. I need to get out.
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd be
Okay.
Mr. Thatcher, your friend Newton sent me to help.
Yes. Yeah.
Good. Now leave this place and enjoy... This is an impressive knife. There's a name engraved on the metal. Clay. What kind of man puts his name on a knife?
One that's dead.
Did you hear me? Leech spike! It's a leech! Get it! Let's see how he likes a bit of fun! Watch it!
It's locked, all right. I cannot enter.
Don't know what I'm meant to be doing. touch me, you can't. Fuck you, bitch.
Opium is one of the main ingredients of Strickland's medication. Never a good move.
No, what am I doing? There we go. Track. Oh, yeah, I need that. Should probably head back. Head back.
Good evening, Dr. Tibbets.
Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Dr. Tibbets. Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
Have you seen any suspicious activity in the vicinity, Dr. Reed?
No more than usual.
This is no laughing matter, Dr. Reed. A patient of mine has been murdered. Mr. Fiddick is dead. I should have been more cautious.
I located the shop, but it was vandalized, and the owner is missing. All I found was your order.
I was afraid of such bad news. People are so desperate they're ready to burgle a shop for drugs.
That's quite a list you ordered. Opium, sodium hypochlorite. It can't be just headaches you're trying to cure.
This dreadful influenza, of course. I already ran some tests on hopeless cases. Without success, I must admit.
Do you realize you could create a lethal poison without the correct dosage? Then there are the legal ramifications.
Is this not true of any medical?
As long as you promised.
That's all I'm asking for, Dr. Reed. That...
I want to know about these secret tests you run.
I know I may sound presumptuous.
Self-confidence is essential in our line of work.
But you never doubt yourself, Dr. Reed. I've read all your articles and...
You have my support, Dr. Strickland. I know exactly what it feels like to battle an unknown disease with only your mind and force of will to help you.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. You don't know what that means to me.
Why?
It is our fault.
This argument...
But if we had before...
What is trouble?
I had to meet face to face with the son and daughter of Mr.
This difficult task is part...
I know.
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea...
With the influenza?
I believe that if...
So you believe...
Dr. Ackroyd...
Just gonna...
Do you need my medical attention, dear colleague?
I would have been confused if anyone...
I will see you later. Goodbye, Doctor.
Treatment for that.
I can't let Strickland put his patients at risk with opium. Perhaps an adjusted formula will deliver more of a placebo effect.
To the medical desk I go, to the medical desk I go. sit here first. Increase me health again. No, I'm not doing it yet. Damage. Oh, whoa, oh, whoa. Fatigue, cold, headache, fatigue, headache, fatigue. Okay.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good.
Do you need medical help?
I'm afraid I've contracted some...
Not under my watch, Nurse.
Thank you.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Help me! Help!
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Doctor.
Soldier?
Not really. I think...
As long as you remember...
Don't think you can do much about it.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Hear disgust on every street corner.
It's locked, all right.
How can I be sure I'll not find your unconscious body in the house again?
I promise you, you'll not find my unconscious body.
For God's sake, how can you say such a thing?
How can you refuse to listen? I tried to warn you for so long.
No, I won't let my only son die. You promised me you'll stay alive.
Your son lied to you, like the whole world lies to us.
Good evening, Mr.
I'm okay.
How
so painful, I'd rather not.
I'm sure you realize...
Not really.
I see.
Yes, maybe.
Admit it, Mortimer. Your mother had you hospitalized here because you tried to kill yourself.
Yes, it's true.
All right, then. This is the
Call it what you want.
You can trust me. I won't...
I guess I should thank you, then.
Can I help you?
I wrote a letter for my mother.
I see. And is this letter still near the place where you...
Yes. And I don't want anyone reading my last words.
I have to go
What's
now,
up,
sir.
Baba?
But
What have you
don't
got?
hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening,
Hey.
Doctor.
Do you require...
Do you know you're the only one who's asked me this?
Despite what you think about this...
Well, at least your reputation seems...
Your son wished to die, Beatrice. Why did you hide such crucial information?
Are you not aware suicide is a crime? Mortimer could be thrown in jail. I can't let that happen. I won't.
I understand you fear the legal consequences, Mrs. Goswick. But don't you realize your silence significantly affects your son's case?
All my son needs is help and comprehension. Not
Go, Mum,
judgment
quick.
and punishment for what he may or may not have done.
Quick, take that to Mum. Go on. Go to Mum.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Seriously. It's about tall and spoke to them. So one of them spoken to this motherfucker.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Always a pleasure to meet a colleague. Not anymore. What do you mean? You used to be a doctor. No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a... Yes, sir. Who? I'm very What with the quarantine? Are you? Why should I? After I left... And, sir... Do you work? Yes, but... Why do you? Because the... Why, it was first... Have we met? I don't think so. When we first... Funny story. Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death, Rakesh? No. I believe we must do all the good we can while alive. For our time is short, and the obstacle... Do you think you would enjoy immortality? I don't think so. Don't mistake... So you're... No, You're a wise man, Mr. Chidana. No, Dr. Reed. Do you really believe... As I said, sir... Quite depressing. Yes. Do you need medical... Well, the proximity of the dead. Don't take... And that is a good thing. Death and disease is a... Please show me what you have. Of course. It's just drink... It's locked. Peaceful and lost at the same time. Good evening.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you need any med...
I'm afraid I do.
Our job brings us into contact with all kinds of infections, Milton. There's no shame in being ill while you're in a hospital.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor.
I'd like...
Wise choice, Doctor.
No decency. All liars and thieves. Simpletons, these nurses.
Strickland's project could be dangerous. I have a mind to report him to Dr. Ackroyd.
it still has a fucking casing cold.
Good evening, Doctor.
If you say so.
I know that you're a busy man.
The great Dr. Reed honors me.
Dr. Strickland devised an experimental drug for the Spanish flu that he asked me to manufacture.
You know what I think of...
That's exactly why I want you to keep the result, Doctor.
I see. Put it in my cabinet.
I'll do that.
Thank you for your trust on the matter.
Do you think, Dr. Strickland...
His wish to cure the sick is not...
You consider him...
Strickland may be a...
Thank you for your time.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Good evening, Doctor. Did you know Dr. Ackroyd never reported your experimental research?
Have you got a bum change?
He doesn't agree with it.
Really? I didn't suspect he knew about my work. I must confess.
Perhaps he thinks...
See how
Can't help you.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Sadly. What the fuck is everyone? Upstairs. I think I gotta go outside and give the old bitch.
Now that Dr. Ackroyd has been warned, he should make good use of this formula. It's locked. It's locked, all right. It's locked, all right. It's locked, all right.
Don't have a headache fucking thing though. Where the fuck are you? Or do you in a minute? Judging what it's right there. Unlock it. I've got mention that I don't leave because of you. I leave this world because of the crushing weight that existence puts upon me. These times are too much for me. Oh, sometimes I feel like those verses have been written as an echo from my own heart on the low heavy. Okay.
In this letter, Mortimer Goswick does nothing to hide his desire to die. I could give it to his mother, but doing so would betray his trust.
Oh, this is where shit gets you, man.
It's locked, all right.
How much have I got? 1,000. Hi, honey. I was talking to you. I said, hi, honey. What you doing? Hey? Again. That's only because he was cracking it. Okay. It's Wednesdays, my dudes. Where the hell are you and you? Where are you and you? I need to know where you two are. I'm fine used to. I know exactly where you are, so I can give you your friggin' fatigue. I'm trying to find these two men proving to be a bit difficult. That's healing. I was meaning to press L2. Fucking dickhead. So let's go back to the hospital real quick and drop this off. I want to give it to his mother, but I also don't want to like break his trust. Like, I feel like his mother should know.
Good evening, Nurse Brennan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you require
I will be fine.
Nurse.
I'll try.
Goodbye, Nurse. Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
I've read your letter, Mortimer. You wrote about an unbearable feeling of despair, while the world crumbled.
There's nothing more to say, really.
Don't you see how lucky you are? You're rich, you're in good health, and you have a loving mother. You're simply drowning in self-pity.
Leave me alone then, Doctor, and let me drown myself.
No!
How
so painful.
I have retrieved your letter, Mr. Goswick.
Thank you. This is for you, then.
I think you should talk to your mother.
Thank you.
I have to go now, sir.
Waste of time with
Good
me.
evening, Doctor.
I have read your son's suicide note.
He threatened to kill himself a few times before.
Punish you?
I've known for a long time.
Mortimer...
As you say.
Why?
I think it was...
What do you think?
Mortimer...
Do you realize your son could try to kill himself again?
I think about it every minute. But I won't stop fighting for my son's future.
You're right. Your son's death was not fatal. And unlike
I can't give up on him. I just can't.
Goodbye, Mrs. Good evening, Mr.
I'm okay.
Your mother won't let you down.
No.
Won't you even try?
Do you want me to promise you I'll get better?
I have to go now.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
I'm still trying to find these other two fuckers. Where are they? Give me 1 second. Straight. Okay, stream, so I'm going to go back upstairs. And I'm actually going to end this stream here. And I'm going to save it. And then I'm going to hop off. Can't do anything. So it goes next night that it's saved, and I'm going to end the stream there. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next stream.